Welcome. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope this video makes your day even greater. For the last almost 2 years now, I've been documenting every step of the way. You've seen my successes, you've seen my failures, you've seen my shortcomings, and you've also seen moments of triumph. And I'm going to continue to do that. But along the way, I learned a few great lessons that have really changed the way that I look at business, life, and relationships. It saved me time. It's also lost me a lot of time. It saved me money and also lost me a lot of money. And I don't want you to make the same mistakes. So let's get into it. The first thing is that many people want to gatekeep what they're doing to be successful. They don't want to tell anyone the strategy. They don't want to tell anyone the software that they use. They want to keep it to themselves. I don't believe in that. That's why I started this channel. I believe in giving free advice. Obviously, there's things that, if I'm going to work really hard, I deserve to get paid for. My team deserves to get paid for. But I made this channel to give you free advice and free knowledge. I'm not selling a course. I'm not selling coaching programs. I'm not doing any of that. What I'm doing is giving you free advice. And in return, if you can use that advice and become successful and tell me about it, I've already won. That makes me feel like I've won. And so if you win, I feel like I've already won. And so my whole goal on this channel is to share my knowledge and share my advice, and so you can take it and you can go win as well. So one of the things that I've struggled with lately is that time management is the hardest thing in life and in business, for me at least. Because, when I first started out, no one was really calling me. I wasn't really, no one really knew who I was. And now that we've expanded our team to 9-10 people, like everyone knows who we are in the city. More and more people are starting to talk about us. We're getting business like going through the door like constantly. My phone blows up. I had to buy 2 phones. It's been literally insane, and it's like hundreds of texts a day, and it's a lot to keep up with. It can wear on your mental, and you have to like almost prioritize which text responses are important and which ones are, you can answer after hours, right? And so that's been the biggest thing. I wish there was 2 of me, because there's so many times where I'm on the phone and I get 4 or 5 calls on my other phone or on the phone that I'm on, and from like other clients and things like that. And it's just like, it's crazy. Like I'll start one task, say I have 5 tasks. I'll start one task, and then all of a sudden I'm halfway through the task, and then someone else calls, and then I have another task, and so I go to there, and then I end the day with like 25 tasks that are half completed when I began the day with this one task in mind. And so learning how to manage your time is something that's very, very efficient. Some of the things that's really helped me is waking up earlier. I've started to get in a lot better routine to help me manage my time. I wake up around 5:30 in the morning, I go lift, and then I spend about 6:30 to 7:30 only focused on personal branding content, taking videos, documenting my journey, editing content. And then from 7:30 to 8 o'clock, what I do is I plan out all of my meetings every single day. Because what happens is, or what used to happen, was I wouldn't plan for my meeting. I wouldn't do meeting notes, questions, anything like that until like 5 minutes before the meeting. So I'd always be in a rush. I'd always be panicked. Now I give myself 30 minutes to an hour to plan for the meetings, prepare for the meetings, write down the questions I'm going to ask, write down the topics of conversation if it's a team meeting with my team. And so that's really helped. And then after that, 8:30 in the morning, what happens is I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And so then I take care of all the most important tasks of the day. Because if I let those linger, it causes a lot of anxiousness. I don't have anxiety, but it causes a lot of anxiousness. And so just making sure that I'm in a solid routine helps me mentally, it helps my clients, it helps workflow, it helps everything. And I'm able to fire off at all cylinders just because of that routine that I'm in. Now, let's take a dive a little bit deeper into the concept of time and where you need to manage most of your time. So how I've set up time management on my calendar is I list the things with the highest priority at the top and the lowest priority at the low. So as long as I get the high priority things done in the day, the lowest priority things can get pushed to another day. and the lowest priority things get to my high priority the next day. So for example, if I had, 5 websites I need to get done today, but then I have, a YouTube video that I have to make for this channel at my low priority, what I'll do is I need to make sure I need to finish all 5 websites first. And then if I don't have time to make the YouTube video, I'll make that the first thing I do the next day. And that's how I manage time. Another thing is being very, very rigid on the context and conversations that you have with your clients and with people during work hours. Because what happens is that you can hop on a phone call with a client and you can be talking about a project or an assignment or a task, and then all of a sudden the conversation can get taken into family matters and hobbies and all that stuff, and it can literally waste 3 to 4 hours of your day. Yesterday, I was on the phone for 6 hours, and a lot of that could have been cut down if we were just talking business. But there's also, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. There's also the double-edged sword of that. There's also a dual benefit of giving clients and people in your life the time, because if you give someone time, it grows the relationship. So you have to be very, very picky on what relationships you want to grow, what people that you want to be on the phone with that you just want to let them talk, and what people that you want to have a very structured conversation where it's only business. And it's hard to tell you what people you should do that with and what people you don't want to do that with, but you'll know. Because that time that you give away could have been spent doing something much more productive. And in the last couple of days, I've wasted a ton of time on phone calls talking nonsense rather than actually getting work done. The next thing is managing your health and doing it the responsible way. I'm going to be honest, right now, my health is really great. Like, I work out every day, but I also haven't eaten in 36 hours. I'm running off of like 5 hours of sleep. I'm exhausted and I have so much stuff to get done. Why? Because I didn't manage my time efficiently. If I managed my time efficiently, what would have happened was I would have been able to eat, I would have been able to sleep well, but instead I spent it talking nonsense on the phone and doing tasks that didn't actually serve me. So that's one of the biggest things. It all goes back to time management. Everything in business goes back to time management. And so prioritizing your health will actually make you feel better. And when you feel better, you make better decisions. Your analysis is much better. And so because it's almost like it's a domino effect. If you don't manage your time, then your health gets out of whack, and now you feel like crap, and now you can't make the right decisions to manage your time. And so my advice to you is get in the gym, manage your time, eat good, eat clean, and get good sleep. Because right now I'm just freaking exhausted. But I chose not to eat and remain fasted while recording this video because I want you guys to see the raw reality of what I go through on a day-to-day basis. If all the conditions were amazing and I was fed and I had a bunch of sleep and I feel great, that's not giving you the raw reality of what you want to truly see. I'm quite frankly exhausted right now and I have so much to do. There's so many things to get done, but I want to take time to make this video so you can see what it actually looks like. Because what everyone else will do is they'll post their Lamborghinis, their yachts that they rent, their fake Rolexes, their Cuban link chains, and flex. But they never talk about what it took to get there. And most of them don't talk about what it took to get there because they've never actually gotten there. They're just renting all their stuff. Everything you see is fake. The way I structure my content is I want you to see the raw reality, the ups, the downs, the goods, the bads, the ugly. A true story, and you can see the true journey of where I'm going and what's happening in my life. And so yeah, I'm super hungry right now. I'm super tired. I'm honestly kind of pissed off because I wasted a lot of time on the phone talking with people when I should have been working this week. But guess what? Now, going into quarter 2, that's a lesson that I've learned. I'm going to be very strict with who I spend my time with and who I give my time to. So time is one of the most important things you have. The next thing is leverage. Understand how to leverage. What I mean is, Michael Jordan can walk into any burger spot and get a burger for free. Why? Because he's Michael Jordan. He has more money than probably everyone in that restaurant. Yet, why is he getting something for free? Because of his status and his public notoriety. You have to be very careful. It's a very dicey subject. But you have leverage the more you succeed. The more successful you are, the more leverage you have. It's honestly so counterintuitive because he can afford things that most people can't, yet he gets those for free, and the people that can't afford it have to pay for something. Why? Because of his success. And so I found this in business too, is that companies and clients will pay us more money because of who we are and what we've done in our background and our case studies, because most companies that we work with are willing to pay for higher quality, higher customer service than just save $1. So we've created a leveraged opportunity for us and our earning capacity based on our case studies, how we represent ourselves, and how much work we do for clients. To the point where now in the business, I actually turn down a lot of business because I realize if I take a super small client and I'm under leveraged and I'm not getting paid what I think I deserve and what our team deserves, that could be taken away. I could be spending a lot of time there when instead I could be spending more time trying to find the bigger fish, trying to work with bigger clients and performing for them. And so now we've used that time as time leverage, and we're not working with the minnows anymore. We're starting to work with the whales, the sharks, the big fish. And that's all because of our leverage. When we first started, we couldn't say no to the tiny little minnow business because we needed work. We needed something. We needed case studies. We needed to put it on our resume. We needed to put it on our portfolio. But now, because we have an expanded portfolio, we can truly pick and choose who we want to work with and who we want to spend the most time with. That is where leverage plays. So the more successful you are, the more picky you can become. In addition, we can be more picky because we're cash flowing, whereas a business that isn't cash flowing, they just need anything that's coming in. But we're okay turning down tens of thousands of dollars if that company doesn't fit well with us because we're already cash flowing. We don't actually need their business. Whereas in the beginning, as an entrepreneur, you just need everything. So as you continue to build your business, if you're an entrepreneur or if you're wanting to start a business, as you continue to build your business, you can start being more picky. You can start pricing out the people that you don't want to work with. And guess what? At the end of the day, it'll save you so much time. So today we've gone over health, decision-making, leverage, and it all circles back to one word: time. Time is everything. Manage it well. Just because your love is free doesn't mean your time is. Invest in who you believe in. Invest in those who invest in you. Give time to those that invest in you. But if people want to use you and waste your time, do not invest in those people. Be stingy with your time and give it to those who love you. Thank you.